For customer portfolio management, you will segment your customer base according to the actual profit contribution and the future potential. For example, this is a database of different customers.
In this grid, you have customers with high actual value and high potential value. Potential value scored between 1 and 5, with 5 being the highest value. On the other hand, you will have customers with low actual value and low potential value, with 1 being the lowest value. Now take the example of a customer portfolio of a bank. You have different types of customers. Customers with high potential but low actual value, for example, students. Customers with high potential and high value, for example, top managers. Customers with high actual value but low potential, which are customers at the end of the profitable life cycle. So how can one estimate the potential of a customer?
To measure the potential of customers is to take into account socio-demographical data. Socio-demographical data indicates if a customer has high potential in the future or not. For example, students have high potential to bring big value in the future compared to retired customers who have lower potential to bring high value in the future. That is why one mean would be to take into account socio-demographical data and life cycles to establish the potential.
I see that your students, as you're in the last year studies in a business school, it makes sense to focus on you in order to make you loyal, because the future profit contribution will be high, because the probability that you'll get a well-paid job is also high. So where would you place a senior, somebody who just got retired? Probably cash cow, because it depends, and then again you have to look on the job profile. We might also look to the number of products in the portfolio. Does he only have savings, or does he have something like stock options and another sophisticated financial products, life insurances? Probably when you retire, you won't invest anymore. You want to fructify your money. You want to use. You're not working anymore, so you are using the money. So these are actually persons which are cash cows, because they have a lot of money on bank account. The potential of growth is probably reduced. So where would you place a confirmed senior manager? Stars, because they have actually still potential to grow. They have a lot of money and they need a lot of advice in terms of investment in financial product. The worker who has a very low income, where would you place him or her? The dogs. The segmentation will be done actually based on the actual profitability. So you will summarize the revenues or the profit the customer has realized in the past. So actually it's important to know the relationship length, and you will accumulate that. Second, you measure the potential with somehow socio-demographic variables. So it might be the job of the person, the age, employment, the studies, higher education. If you have a PhD or a master degree, this is an indicator that there's a big potential. If you have only a high school, this is an indicator that the revenue and the potential in the future will be lower. The number of products held in the bank or in the firm. So the higher the number of products purchased in the firm, the higher will also the future potential. You can use also the RFM rule in order to extrapolate what somebody is doing in the past, and you extrapolate to the future. It's up to you to judge, according to the sector, judge the indicators you use to calculate the potential customer. Naturally, it will vary or change according to the sector. This example I just gave you is coming from the banking sector. If you did the same for a retailer, I would also use naturally the social demographical data, education, age, the job, employment. In a retail store, it would make sense also to look what he or she is already buying. If you look to the share of wallet, you will see that they spend a lot in other stores. And if you make them switch to your store, you might increase a lot the expenditures, because they spend 1/2 and here 1/3 in competitors. So the growth potential is very high. According to the sector, you have to choose the right criteria to segment the database. If you have segmented them, you have customers with high potential high value, they are placed here. You have customers with low value and low potential, they are placed here. Once the question marks have actually low value now, but high potential in the future, and the cash cows have high value now and low potential in the future. Now you have segmented your customers. It is easy to define differentiated customer management strategy. Stars are the platinum. I come back to Flying Blue. To these customers, you allocate a maximum of resources. You come back to the bank sector. These customers are generally coming into what we call the private bank. All the big banks, they have a public bank and they have a private bank. The private bank is for the top customers. They have an individualized relationship management for their assets. So the bank is offering them individualized advice, which cannot be done for the normal public customers, because it would cost too much money. They have a special treatment for a special customer. The question mark, your salary increases, the bank might decide to offer you the opportunity to go into a private bank. This is also what is happening for Amex, American Express. What they do is actually they offer you for one year free membership at Amex, and they give you the gold membership, or perhaps even the platinum membership. Because they know that you have the potential. And once you like so much, you're so satisfied with Amex, you might abandon your other credit cards in order to focus only on Amex, in order to make them switch all the expenditures from the competitors to the focal brand. This is also what is happening in the loyalty program of Accor Hotel Group. When you take the loyalty card, if they see that you have a potential, then they very quickly offer you 1 year free or an upgrade to the silver or gold membership in order to make you switch, in order to make you increase the expenditures, because the question marks of today might be the stars of the future. And where does this money come from? From the cash cows. They have generated a lot of money, but at one step of relationship, there's no increase possible anymore. That is why these customers are there to generate revenues, which is then spent in the development of the question marks, but also in the partnership with the stars. So in order to make the question marks stars, to maintain the stars as a stars. And no money, no resources are allocated actually to the dogs, because they cost more than they bring. For example, the bank sector, the only relationship they have, online bank. So to manage everything on their own, to connect to the bank account, they never get any contacts with the bank advisors because it costs more money than they bring. It's called also Salesforce automation.
Salesforce automation is the process of automating various steps in the relationship and sales process, so that the sales representatives can focus less on the administrative task with small or bad customers generating low customer lifetime value, and they can more focus on selling, on the advising, on the development of deep relationships with prospects and customers in order to increase customer lifetime value for high value, high potential customers, for stars and dilemmas or question marks, and in order to reduce the investments and cost in dogs or customers having low value and low potential for the future. Smaller customers or customers having low lifetime value are then managed through automatized artificial intelligence guided chatbots or voice bots. They can have access to platforms in an automated customer relationships management system. They are managed through SMS marketing, messaging apps like Facebook Messenger and WhatsApp. The small customers are thus managed with automatized artificial intelligence customer relationship management platforms. Firms can then deliver more intelligent, satisfying self-service or automatized service for customers having low value or low potential, or both low value and low potential. This makes it even profitable to deal with smaller customers as they are self-managed with artificial intelligence-based customer relationship management systems. And this is called Salesforce automation. So in summary, value alignment means that The CRM managers will segment the database of the customer portfolio according to actual customer value and potential customer value or customer lifetime value. This means that the customers are segmented in different segments with high value and high potential and low value and low potential and intermediate segments. And then the manager can orientate the resources to the customers according to the value. They will invest more in customers having high value, high potential, and they will disinvest or reduce the cost into customer segments with low value and low potential.